As I say, good morning. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. My name is Andrew Cowling, and I'm the Channel Marketing Specialist at PFU EMEA Limited. Today's webinar, I wanted to have a little bit more of an in-depth look at our award-winning platforms and just really, I suppose, help you guys to understand a bit more about how these can help you, how they can really help your business, how they can help you identify more opportunities for really trying to understand the scan market and how can you position that opportunity with your customer base. So it was really just a quick live play with the systems, maybe help give you some light bulb moments of things that you didn't realize were there that you could roll out to your sales floor, that you could introduce to your marketing department, or even just for yourself, as I say, to help understand a bit more about what those opportunities are with your customers. So we have two platforms. We have the Imaging Channel Program and we have Imaging Rewards. Now, I'm assuming that because you're on this webinar, chances are you've received our comms, which in turn means you're probably already a member of the Imaging Channel Program. Should you not be, or should you wish to roll this out to colleagues, then it's very simple. Going to the Imaging Channel Program homepage, you have a register link, and then you'll walk through a very few simple steps to get yourself started. The only thing that may slow down the registration process is if you're a brand new company not known to us, and as such you don't exist on Salesforce. So what would our CRM, so what would typically happen is that company would be flagged to us. We would register that company, speak to the relevant regional sales team, and get yourselves pushed onto the platform. So the beauty of the two platforms is that they're single sign-on, so you can register for both at the same time. I won't go through the registration process, but essentially at the end, step 4 of 4, there'll be a little tick box that says, I'd like to join Imaging Rewards as well. So it just makes it a little bit easier that you can sign up for both platforms at the same time. Should you be a member already of the channel program, but not Imaging Rewards, then you can register now. So it could well be that you signed up many years ago for the channel program, never quite got around to getting involved with Imaging Rewards. You can come into Imaging Rewards and register for that platform. But essentially, go to the channel program first, and that would tell you where your application exists. We can change languages. So for those of you on the call from other countries, other regions, there's a whole host of different languages that exist. For the registration process, that cuts down a little bit with the actual content itself, but for the registration process, we have a number of different languages. So I'm going to go back and log in myself to the channel program. And here we are. So once you've logged in, you're then into a private portal where you have access to a wealth of information. And this can be tailored slightly depending on the level of partner that you are. Predominantly, it's split slightly between distribution and reseller, but that may be just as little as some of the tab links that you might have around notifying projects, demonstration units, and so on. And I'll come back to that shortly. So for those of you that have logged in, you have an overview of the program. So we like to just give a little bit more of a spiel around what are the benefits around partnering with us, what are the sort of the partner tier levels within the channel program, and really, I suppose, just helping you to perhaps position this internally if you want to chat to anyone around joining, but also if you're a distributor, maybe perhaps helping you to understand how can you get more of your reseller partners signing up and so on. So the first tab, very much just an overview of the program, looking at some of the benefits and some of the market drivers. Where the channel program really comes into its own is it's essentially a repository of information. So at its very basic, it has a load of content for you to readily access for our ranges. Bear with me 1 second, I'm just double checking something. Yeah, that's fine. So if we go into products, first off, we have a collateral library. So we have our core products, or what I say core products, all our products within the collateral library where you can click on a product. So we look at our fairly new IX 1500 ScanSnap machine, and within that, we tell you a little bit more around the specs. What's the standard warranty? What's the extended warranty offering? And then you have a whole host of information, images that you can download, a sales deck, product literature, product videos, and the recommended accessories. And of course, as you go up through our range, so the accessories will extend to things like the imprinters, print cartridges, more of the consumable offerings and so on. So this exists for the range, and it's a very easy way for people just to quickly pop onto the platform, think, right, I need to know something about Fujitsu's brand new production scanners, so 7800, a little bit about the speeds, and then a whole wealth of information that can be downloaded and sent to customers. We then have a really useful tool called a scanner comparator. So you'll see this on a lot of e-tail platforms where you can just click, compare now. I thought I clicked too. That's better. You click two models and they will marry them up against each other. So a very easy way of finding out what are the key differences between the products. And we appreciate that it's a big old range that we have, and some people may be used to the last two digits, perhaps referencing the page per minute rate, but it's a very easy way of putting some scanners into the comparator, clicking compare now, and then realizing what some of those key differences are. What I also like is the configurator. So you've got the comparator, which is comparing the machines, but you've also got a very easy way of talking your customer through a set of questions to then recommend the machine. So you can imagine some of our very big sales floors that we work with, who perhaps sell everything and anything. If they get a customer phoning them up for a scanner, what are they going to suggest? There is the ability here to very quickly log on to the channel program, talk that customer through some questions. What are you going to use the scanner for? I'm a home office user. I'm a small business. I'd like to think around scanning there. Probably won't scan too many documents, so let's say 150, just the one workstation. Probably don't need to scan A3 documents. Yeah, we'd like to scan both sides. Quality's pretty good. Don't really need any specific software. I just want to scan to the cloud or to a local directory. Don't really have the need to scan embossed cards. We click submit, and then we get a load of products that are suggested within that. So really helps you to, as I say, talk a customer through a set of questions and then get presented with some scanners that they may be interested in. What we can also do is we could work with you to get something like this set up on your own site. So if you have a customer facing site, then let's chat around getting a configurator set up on your platform, again, just to help that customer make more of an informed decision when it comes to choosing a scanner. So that's the model configurator. I jumped ahead of the scanner models, but this is another way really, I suppose, of getting to the product toolkits, the product information that I showed you on the very first tab. So I've clicked on the model, and then you've got the material that we accessed through the collateral library. One of the key areas that we offer access to, and perhaps isn't as used as much as we'd like, and maybe this is because people don't realize that we have this, but we have a huge pool of evaluation units. Every single product in our range, we have evaluation models for you to access. So if you have a customer that wants to roll out a document management system, they're thinking of invoice processing, they're thinking of doing some archiving of documents, not quite sure what product to use, not quite sure how something's going to sit within their environment, then we're more than happy to get them an evaluation unit on site. So through this tab, you can talk around start date, end dates, and then choose your model. Do they need an imprinter? Yes or no for that. You can add another model to that. So it could be, look, we'll get you a 7460 and we'll get you a 7700 on site for 2 weeks, so you can work out which one of those best fits your application. So great for, as I say, helping that customer perhaps to get over that line. They're umming and ahhing, and so please come to us. You can do it through the form. You may be used to asking your account managers, but it'd be lovely to see some activity coming through here for people to request an evaluation unit. We then have demonstration units. So what we also allow you to do is purchase a demonstration unit of any of our products at a reduced price. The terms around that then is that is yours to use for 60 days as a demonstration model. So that could be in a showroom if you've got such a thing on site, or it could just be in the back of someone's car who's going around visiting customers. But we have all our models available at a reduced demonstration price. What you can then do after 60 days is sell that machine. So I'd certainly encourage you to take a look at what we do here. Have a look at the pricing. We have reseller price, and you remember I alluded earlier about you have different views. We also have a distribution section, so distributors also have the ability to access demonstration models, but of course you'd only see the price according to who you are. So yeah, have a little look. If there is anything that you'd like to get hold of, please purchase. I believe that you can purchase one model per quarter. So in theory, you could buy all these machines at the price they exist at, put them in stock for 60 days, use them for demonstration purposes, and then resell them. So yeah, have a look at that, and please get involved if you'd like to. We have a price list. I won't go into some of these just to, I'm wary that I'm waffling on and there's quite a bit I wanted to just get through. We have the price list. We do have the imaging assurance program. So this is something that has and offers huge opportunities to your customer base around adding a bit more value around extending warranty, extending service plans. We've got an amazing service offering. And of course, the opportunity to you is margin, huge margin opportunities with our service plans. And we'd love you to be tagging service as an offering onto every sale that you make, as well as perhaps looking at your existing install base and who could be asked around that. We also have the ability to request refurb units. So we have a number of refurb units within the platform at, again, reduced prices. And you may have customers that are saying, I've already got the 6770. We're used to that model. This model is now end of life. So that could be an opportunity. I only want to get another 67.70. So always keep an eye on what our refurb machines are, and that could be something that you want to take advantage of. So that's again within the product tab. Imaging rewards I'm going to come on to later. Then we come into support. So we have marketing, there you go, marketing materials. So we have toolkits. So you remember I showed you earlier each individual product and the different bits and pieces that you can access within that. The toolkits are simply just to make it a bit easier for you to download everything. So I won't click on these, but essentially this would open up I have clicked on it. This would open up almost zip files that you could then download that includes everything that you need for that product and to help you set that product up on your system. This is a great offering that we have called the Co-Marketing Center. I'm just going to quickly show you what can be done within one of these. So let's choose the 6400 product. This is basically a way of co-branding our material. So it's taking your information, it's applying that to our literature, and then allowing you to download that in an easy format. So I'm going to see how quickly I could do this. Add to basket, co-brand order. Oh, that's good. It's already pre-populated with things. So yeah, you'd go through here, you add all your details, your website, contact details, upload your logo. So we're just going to choose all that because we don't want to take too much time. You can add crop marks and bleed for people that don't know what that is. Essentially, if you're supplying a magazine or an advert for a magazine, there needs to be a set margin around the outside of what you're providing to allow for the whole printing process and to make sure that the finished material is to size. But we chose a brochure, we didn't choose an advert, so we don't need that. So we're now going to customize your assets, and I'll quickly say preview asset, and dun, 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 dun. On the back side, oh, well, so the logo's been put here. Looks a little bit clunky, but maybe that's just the preview part. And then on the back side, your information has been put in. Again, that doesn't look too sort of tallied up, but essentially you see what we've got here. We have a repository where you can come in, you can co-brand material. It could be brochures, banners, adverts, etc. So that's the co-brand side of in the support section. Toolkits, logos, that's self-explanatory. Because my access gives me disty and reseller, but activity I've got a distribution authorized section. We've got some branding guidelines, and then we go to knowledge and insights. In here we have case studies. So again, helping to position some of the opportunity around scanning. We have some video content. We have on site here within the Hayes office, but also in multiple locations across EMEA. So in Paris, in Munich, Milan, Dubai, Moscow, etc. We have knowledge suites. So these are areas for you to bring your customers. Again, learn a bit more about the scan opportunity, have a day hosted by Fujitsu and yourself. So please take advantage of this. Let us know if you'd like to come in and take advantage of it. Webinars, my monthly offering, if you can call it that. I do two themes of webinars. One's the channel webinar like today. So this is all about new products, new promotions, how to sell to certain sort of vertical sectors, a little bit in depth about the programs. So within here, we just have all the webinars that I've done. The ISV webinar, if you've not been to one of these, is quite an interesting thing. It's not been going nearly as long as the channel webinars, but this is all about working with partners of ours. So our ISV partners are our software vendors, and talking a bit more about a solution. So not just looking at the hardware piece, but really looking at how can we tag this piece of hardware with this piece of software, which might be quite a niche solution for a certain sector, like scanning patient records or processing invoices or taking electoral forms and extracting that information, or subject access requests. But essentially looking at a solution, what are the customer bases for this solution, how does it work, and how can we help you take that to your customer. So we did a great one last week with a company called Lumana, very forward thinking company who very much look at machine learning and automated activity around scanning documents, extracting, classifying those documents, and so on. So really encourage you to have a look at some of these ISV webinars. And certainly join one going forward. We're going to do a joint one next month with Document Logistics and Lumana, so even more of a combined offering. I could have probably done half an hour just on the channel program itself. I've not done anything on Imaging Rewards yet, but presentations, that's self-explanatory. MDF, so we offer MDF for our reseller partners, we offer Co-op for our distribution partners. That's really a fund that we can spend with you on activities such as joint events, e-shots, web visibility, search engine activity, social media, and so on. So that's a large part of my role within the UK and Ireland, is working with partners on marketing plans and pushing those out there. So really making sure that we're fully understanding what is the opportunity within the UK market. So making tax digital, for example, that's something huge that's driving the market. What are the relevant target sectors for that that offering, i.e. accountants and bookkeepers, and then working to push that message out there. Community, we just have some news. We're looking at some events that we do and so on. Excuse me. Certification. This is a little bit out of date, but what we can offer is the ability to take modules in our product ranges to then help you become a little bit more knowledgeable, a little bit more specialist around what are PFU and Fujitsu's different product ranges, and what are the benefits of those. So ScanSnap, network, workgroup, departmental, production, and so on. Take a look at those if you're interested. Fundamentally, the ranges, whilst the products change, the messaging doesn't really. ScanSnap is always going to be a personal productivity device. The SP range are always going to be an on-ramp to document management processes. So the messaging is the same, but we'd love you to be taking some of these modules, finding people within your company that would like to take these modules, and then working with us, as I say, to take those and perhaps get a few more benefits that spending that time and that effort would bring. Contact is quite a useful tab as well. So you can notify us around projects. You can request a quote on a one product or a selection of products. So you've got your models listed. You can add your quantity, and that would come through to us. You can request information. You can locate partners. There's the notify. Oops, there's your notify your project. You can see some of the faces of the Fujitsu team, what we look like, and understand a bit more about who perhaps you're talking to. But yeah, it's really a great repository of information. I've probably not done some of it justice, but I'm hoping that you've seen some useful areas that you didn't know existed that might now encourage you to have a little login, have a play, get other colleagues to sign up. Repository of information, some great enablement tools to help position that scan opportunity to hopefully help grow your business. And as an absolute minimum, signing up to the program means that you can opt in to our comms. So that's our standard email communications, which are keeping you abreast of everything that we're up to. So we have a brand new product being launched in a couple of weeks. If you are a member of our channel program, you're then getting invited to attend that launch. You get invited to our events that we run. You get told about brand new promotions that we've got going on. So certainly worth being a part of it and regularly accessing the platform. I've left a whopping 4 minutes for Imaging Rewards, so thank you if you're still with me. I'm going to quickly go through Imaging Rewards because there's just a few things that I want to show you that, again, you maybe didn't know existed. So I've logged into my Imaging Rewards platform. Unfortunately, I've only got 1,000 points, but that was as a result of originally signing up. So everyone that signs up and gets an Imaging Rewards account qualifies for 1,000 points. For everyone that's attended today, thank you ever so much. I'll make sure that your account also gets 1,000 points. That is assuming you have an Imaging Rewards account. I'll be in touch to sync that up. Quick few things to show you. We have this little icon at the top here. Click on that. It's not very big, this, is it? Let me just see if I can increase the size. Zoom. There you go. That's better. So if you go to the icon at the top here and refer a colleague, then that allows you to sort of circle back with anyone in your organization that isn't a member of Imaging Rewards, refer them. You could even refer people in other companies. When they sign up, you will get extra points. So it's a nice way of just incentivizing you to make sure that everyone is signed up that could be. Within the platform itself, it's a nice dashboard that really lets you very quickly see how many points you've got. Every product that we sell, every accessory, every service plan that we sell has a number of base points associated with it. And then every month we do our best to rotate which products have some bonus points. So it could be products that are brand new to the market, could be products that are quite a heavy run rate, and we want to reward people more for selling those. So this month, for the last few days, we have the 7300NX. So this is our very exciting new machine that allows for the direct scanning to web-based applications. And then we have 6,000 bonus points for our two new production level machines, the 7800 and 7900. We have bonus points for service plans. So on top of your standard points, we also have bonus points for each service plan that we sell. We have a very good promotion at the minute going on called 1, 2, 3 Draw. You may well have had slides that I've given in previous webinars. Unfortunately, we've only got 5 days left of the 1, 2, 3 Draw. So for new Imaging Rewards members, it's going to be quite tough to take advantage. But the beauty of draws is that everyone has a chance. As long as you have a token, you have a chance to win. So how this works is you sell 3 products within the same category, and you can win prizes. There's been monthly prizes, and there's going to be a grand draw middle of October to allow you to win. I believe it's a Bose sound system, it's a Milan weekend, and it's a golfing trip, or you can tell your own prize. So log your sales, you'd get your points allocated accordingly, but then you'd also get your tokens. If I was logging sales, then I would have another little tile that would tell me how many tokens I've got. In fact, it probably does sit here. Sorry, I think it does sit here. Of course it does. It says my token total. So that would show here around how many tokens you've accumulated. You have to log sales within 14 days of sale to qualify for those points. So one of the key things with the platform is just make sure you chip away at the platform. It's almost a fortnightly admin activity rather than a monthly, because you will lose out on points, because we unfortunately will reject those. A log sale is very easy. He says continue. Where are we? I think that's just telling me how to log it, actually. Sorry. There you go. Add sale. So through the add sale, you would just quickly type in. That's it. That's better. And then you would be presented with the models. So I've sold an iX 1500. Data sale quantity. We'd need a distribution invoice just so that we can marry that up with what we receive at our end. Customer name, postcode, serial number, disty name. And you can keep adding, so it's very easy almost to perhaps cut and paste from reports that you have what you've sold and then submit those. Last few things to show you, thanks if you're still with me. With the how do I earn points, you can see the breakdown of the base points at this little bit here. It's not, we need to make that a little bit more obvious, but within that, I'll quickly show you actually, there's a PDF that just has all the base points per product. We also offer points on numerous other engagements. So as I said earlier, the webinar, if you maybe turn up to a physical event, we have a new product launch at Baker Street in 2 weeks' time, so we're going to give people points for attending that. We can also do ad hoc activity within your company. So some companies allow individuals to collect points, some companies allow only a centralized account to collect points, and then they use that for a spiff day. But we can also do ad hoc things. So we've now got some experience of many activities that we've done within distribution, that we've done within resellers, that just takes that incentivization one step further. So it could be for the next week, we're going to give 10,000 points to whoever sells the most iX 1500s. We're going to give 20,000 points for everyone that organizes an appointment with an end user customer that we go in with you. That sort of activity. We can be as broad as you'd like with that. So again, I'd encourage you to please speak to your account managers, and we can talk to you around what we've done, what's worked, and perhaps how we can help you engage more with Imaging Rewards. Obviously, the only reason you're collecting points is to exchange those points, hopefully at some stage, for something that's of value to you. So this is very much like an airline scheme, a hotel scheme. You're earning points, you're then using those to exchange for prizes. So Shop Your Rewards, this is an amazing catalogue of, I think, 30,000 items that you can spend your points on. You can do your searching, you can browse through categories. And you then get presented with items that you can then purchase. A lot of the time we have products that are discounted in points value, but you could see how quickly you can build up points, especially if those products are on promotion. So have a little browse through that, because you'll soon get a feeling for what perhaps you need to sell to get those points, or how many colleagues I can sign up and I've very quickly got enough points for an Apple Watch. The last thing really to show you, which is very unused, if I can get back to the screen here, is our concierge service. So this is basically what do you want that's not in the plan, that's not in the catalogue. So to give examples, this could be a tailored holiday. So yes, there will be holidays within here, and hopefully nothing through Thomas Cook, bless the situation there, but it would allow you to say, right, I would like 2 flights to Vienna, I'd like a hotel for 2 nights, I'd like car hire, and I'd like 500 euros behind reception. concierge would go away and they'd price that up and come back to you and say that will be 300,000 points, please. So utilize the concierge service. Could just be as simple as I want 8 of the team to go out for a curry, and I want £200 behind the bar next door. They will go and price up anything. So if there is something that you have earned a lot of points towards, then yeah, ask them and they'll let you know. So I think I better wrap up because I appreciate that I've gone over time. Simple messages, please make sure that you're signed up to both platforms if you're not already. Please make sure that anyone else that's relevant within your organization is set up so that they've got access, they can play on the platforms, they're getting our comms, and yeah, it's appreciated that you've joined the webinar today. So thanks once again. Enjoy the rest of September. We're fiscal year, so we're busily into the end of our first half. So thank you for all your support, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.